Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flick Show. My name is Chris Wong. There was a news that dropped yesterday, so let's get with that first. It is exclusive from Collider. Black Adam producer Hiram Garcia gives update on Dwayne Johnson's DC film Black Adam. And as we all know, he's been Black Adam for a while now, and we haven't really gotten news and tidbits. He was originally going to be appeared in Shazam, and now they're splitting that origins together, apart from each other. Now he's going to be like some kind of anti-hero or something like that. But according to Danny Garcia, and all part of the Seven Bucks production, which is where it's Dwayne Johnson's production company, they're saying that Black Adam is definitely happening. We're actually very deep into a script on it right now, which is coming along really well. I'm really excited with the story we've crafted. Look, I've always been a huge comic book fan. I've always had this dream. I've always wanted to, kind of have like these goals of like one day I'd love to be able to do this, and making a superhero movie was definitely always one of my dreams. For the longest time, you kind of have this living superhero in Dwayne Johnson. So I was always trying to figure out what's the perfect character that will kind of fit him and his look and his build and his kind of edge and the attitude he's got, Garcia said. He went on to explain why they settled on Black Adam for Johnson. Black Adam just made kind of great sense. It was this kind of really cool anti-hero, kicks ass, who believes in basically exacting justice in his way, with a fascinating backstory, the history he has with regards to having been a former slave and freeing his people and then getting his abilities and what happened from there. So I pitched that to Dwayne early on, and he loved the idea, and we've just kind of kept it in the back of our mind. We had a great conversation with Warner Brothers one time years ago, and we all settled on this was our character. But as the project was being developed, it was decided that Black Adam Shazam should have their own separate films. That's what I'm talking about. So as we were developing an actual Black Adam and Shazam movie, we were just realizing that both characters are so special that we didn't want to compromise either of them by cramming them both into the same movie. So that's why we made the decision to let Shazam have his own standalone movie and kind of launch him properly. And then we'll do the same for Black Adam. And so that kind of really freed things up. It allowed us to develop the right version of both. So we are now with Black Adams. We just got our latest script from Adam Sidstickil. I can't say his last name, sorry. We're doing some revisions on it. We're extremely excited about it. The studio's very excited about it. And I'm telling you, man, as a comic book fan, when this thing comes out, it's going to be amazing. This is the fanboy in me talking to you. It's going to deliver on the goods of everything you'd want to see Black Adam do. He's going to be doing in this film. He also reiterates a couple things, especially when he's not a Boy Scout, especially when he's got edge to him. Like, he's not the Boy Scout superhero. He's the guy that's like, okay, you cross him, well, I rip your head off, and then I move on to the next guy. So that is what Hiram Garcia had to say about Black Adam. It's still on the work, and they're still working on it, still doing the scripting phase, I guess, and hopefully we'll see some of that soon. But in the meantime, Dwayne Johnson is reportedly going to head to Hawaii to work with Robert Zemeckis on King Kamehameha, yeah, a Hawaiian story. And that'll be quite interesting what the locals will have to say about that, but who knows. But I think it'll be a very interesting movie, and I can't wait to maybe pop in the camera and fly in there and says, hey, me. Yeah, right. But anyway, so that's with Black Adam. I'm still interested to see how this will work out. I was hoping for possibly a cameo in Shazam. I don't know if that's going to happen. Maybe they'll talk about Black Adam. Maybe they'll mention him in some sort of fashion. Still waiting for that Superman cameo. But Dwayne Johnson, Black Adam, it's been a long time coming. Hopefully they'll get that in the books somehow, somewhere. Probably not in 2019, because we're pretty jam-packed there. We're going to release Shazam, of course, and Wonder Woman 1984, but also in development. It's supposed to be Birds of Prey. We're also possibly the Batman. Flash is also being developed, and also that Joker movie that we're all wondering what is going on with that movie, because just yesterday, not yesterday, the day before, I reported that, and everybody reported that, oh my God, Alec Baldwin is going to be Thomas Wayne in a Trump-esque type fashion in Joker. And now, just today, just today, he is now out of the role. Yeah. So that he's gone. I don't even know if he was even hired for it or anything like that, or was he even going to play that? Was the reports wrong? But he put this out on a tweet. He says, "Let me state for the record that I have not been hired to play a role in Todd Phillips' Joker as some Donald Trump menace. I don't know. That is not happening. Not happening." So that's what he put out, and so apparently he's out of the role. Maybe he wasn't even in the role. Who knows what's going on with that? But yeah, so now all the news is out that Alec Baldwin is out of the Joker role, and which, you know, to a lot of people who read the details of the description of Thomas Wayne's description would be kind of relieved for that man. But I still holding out that it was probably through Joker's perspective how Thomas Wayne was like in that movie. So, but who knows what's going on now? Who's going to be Thomas Wayne? Is it going to be a Thomas Wayne? What is up with that? I think maybe later on we'll learn a little bit more what actually transpired. Maybe we won't. Who knows? But for Alec Baldwin, he has stated for the record that he does not have a role in Todd Phillips' Joker at all. So let's, you can delete that other video. You can scratch that. I know people are going to be commenting on that video. It says, "Hey, buddy, Alec Baldwin's not Thomas Wayne, dude. You can take that off." But for whatever that's worth, I have to say that now. Reiterate, Alec Baldwin is not going to be in the Joker movie, and unfortunately, hopefully, maybe one day he'll be in a DCEU film, but it's not going to be that one, unless he's lying. But anyways, that's what's been reported now. So please disregard the video from the other day. But that's not the only big thing that dropped today. DC Universe had their kind of a launch video, I would say, explaining DC Universe streaming service, and also a DC Daily Show, which is supposed to have broke news for DC. Of course, on that show, it didn't talk much, almost at all, about the DCEU at all. They called things like in the right direction, and they talk a little bit about Aquaman and stuff like that. And they really just kind of introduce all these hosts and stuff, two of which I don't care for, Hector Navarro and Clark Wolf. Really, I put on my tweet, I prefer, Jason Inman, Mike Kalinowski even, instead of those people. I mean, they've pretty much on YouTube, on their respectable shows, or even Collider, that they don't care. They're more Marvel-esque people. I think Hector's favorite character is Spider-Man, so it's kind of weird. Why are they on this show? It's kind of weird. And Clark Wolf is like a horror aficionado. She doesn't even read comic books. At least that's what she stated on Collider a few times, that's not her expertise or thing. So it's kind of weird that they'll be on this show. So I hope they change that. Well, if they don't, I don't care to watch DC Daily too much anyway. But they're supposed to break movie stuff, but they didn't. So, but I get it. They're concentrating on DC Universe. That's a streaming service. They did show some Titans posters. They did show a clip from Young Justice Outsiders. They also had a tease of Stargirl. Stargirl's coming to DC streaming service. So their things about original films, original shows are going to be on that shows along with these older films. I like how they go Superman 1, Superman 2, Superman 3, no, let's forget about Superman 4. We're not going to even mention that one. So it's good. But no DCEU movies are going to be on there yet, as far as I can see. It's great that it's comics and stuff like that. But for the people who enjoy the TCEU in terms of the Snyderverse universe, you'll probably be very at dismay with what they've talked about. I mean, they don't go into detail, but they're trying to have a different take on. It's more comic booky related in terms of. I don't know how you explain it. It's like it's not Snyderverse. So the DC universe, it's straying away from that type. Even though Titans looks a little bit darker and grittier and things like that, but it's not gonna go along the lines of what Snyder had done for the DCEU. So for that though, we'll see how much they actually do talk about on DC Daily about the DCU. I know Mario Robles had said his contacts at Warner Brothers DC says that they will be breaking official news on DC Daily more and not have an actual slate and things like that. There'll be more breaking news on the DC Daily than any other means. I don't know if that's true. We've yet to see that. Maybe on the next DC Daily show, who knows? But so I'm kind of looking forward to that, but I'm not really looking forward to some of the hosts that come on screen, if you know what I mean. But anyway, that is it. That's pretty much it for today. And nothing yet on Snyder Cut, nothing at all. It is interesting and kind of pretty awesome in a way that the live chat for the DCU streaming apparently had a lot of people going hashtag release the Snyder Cut this and that. I don't know if they read that at all, but this seems to be there is a certain crowd, a big crowd that are gonna be interested in DCU universe are actually fans of the Snyderverse. So that is interesting who they're trying to sell to, but and it's the people, it's a good mix. And so let's see what they do about that. Let's see if they even care about us, Snyderverse fans, at all, or do they choose to ignore the Snyderverse altogether. So we'll see in the coming days, weeks, and months on anything that happened and transpired with that. No news from Kevin Tsuchihara or Toby Emmerich or even Walter Hamada himself about the letters. So we'll just keep on hoping, keep on asking, and we'll see what happens in the coming days, weeks, and months. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.